All right, the sister of late rapper Big Scarr, who was signed to Gucci Mane's label before passing away in December, is calling out Gucci for allegedly not doing his part in helping to pay for Big Scarr's funeral. However, Gucci Mane's wife, Akeisha Kiara, posted receipts that show Gucci paid $10,000 directly to the funeral home. But apparently Big Scarr's sister doesn't think $10,000 is enough money. Take a look at why she feels this way.
Gucci ain't help with the time I get no receipts, no 10,000 there. They want to know. My brother's funeral was 60K in all, bitch. 10K.
All right. Do you think she's being ungrateful? Also, there was also receipts showing that he also provided a bunch of flowers for this man. Whoever wants to go first on this.
I think she's utterly disgusting. Like when I watched the whole video of her, I think she is disgusting. She's trying to, it's like clout chasing off your brother. First of all, I think what's the most disgusting is the entitlement. How is it somebody else's fault that your brother or your family ain't have they life insurance affairs in order, number one? Number two, you talking about that 10 ain't nothing. That 10 ain't nothing. Gucci ain't do nothing. 10 ain't shit on 60. Who the hell has a $60,000 damn funeral? Talking about the 10 was just for the flowers. Flowers die in 4 days. Why are you spending $60,000 on flowers? Then she said she got to get a casket. My brother getting cremated, and we putting him in a museum so nobody won't step on his grave. She meant a mausoleum. But which one is you doing? Because do she know when you get cremated, you go into an urn and not a casket? Do she even know what cremated means? And last I checked, when people get cremated, they don't, to my knowledge, put them in the mausoleum. But nevertheless, I think it was disgusting. I think it was nasty. She ought to be ashamed of herself. And I think it's worth mentioning that the young man's father took to social media with a completely different message and a completely different tone. The father was very humble. He was saying, thank you. That his thought, that the thoughts of those siblings that expressed that are not the thoughts of the family. And he was very thankful for the donation that Gucci and Keisha made.
Oh, wow. Go ahead, Al.
So much to unpack here, Q. You know, the girlfriend of Big Scarr resonates the same thing that you said. She said that the family was taking advantage of her boyfriend's death. Like she mentioned that there was a music video that was produced by his brother that was there that she was embarrassed of. She was also embarrassed about how they were wearing his jewelry and flaunting it around at the funeral. I think this is, first of all, let me go back. First, condolences to Big Scarr and his family. I mean, first of all, for the death of such a talented young man. You guys remember this guy had 327 million viewers on YouTube. He had 1.3 million listeners on Spotify. He was on the come up. He was set to perform at Rolling Loud and other huge concerts coming up. So I just want to say condolences to that. But to your point, Q, you're right. And Gucci Mane's, like Claudia said, Gucci Mane's wife also showed another receipt where she paid $10,000 for funeral services and $10,000 for flowers. And that to me is more than enough to take care of somebody who he considered family and making famous and huge in the rap game.
Once again, people, get your life in order while you're living, because it shouldn't even be other people that are taking care of you. You're supposed to be taking care of your own expenses. That's not something you should leave to your peoples. Like, we all need to be having insurance, this kind of stuff. And this is disgusting how they're on social media complaining about people that gave you $10,000 or $20,000 towards your funeral. First of all, cremation costs about $5,000, $3,500 in some cities. Okay, it's not that much money. Do you want to profit from this death, or do you want this funeral to be taken care of? Because there is a difference. And we are in this society now where people die and folks want to run and start a GoFundMe and run their money up and then profit off the death of their loved ones. The money, I get it, is going to make you feel good, but it's not going to replace that person. And to go out there and try to humiliate someone that was generous enough to kind of donate something is so ghetto, so classless, and so freaking tacky. I wish someone would come for me after I gave them $10,000 towards their funeral.
And in all actuality, she probably assumed that giving the $20,000 total would have been enough to cover the services. Who has a $60,000 funeral?
Why would you have a $60,000 funeral when you can't afford for a funeral at all?
That part. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what makes a funeral 60, because I buried both of my parents, and I didn't handle my dad's. I handled my mom's exclusively. And we was able to get her in the ground for under $10. And that came with 2 police escorts, 50 programs, a casket. I am a property owner. I own the deed to the lot where she's buried or whatever. And I had to go back later.
Did you say $10? You meant 10,000.
I mean 10,000. I'm saying I was able to do it for under $10,000.
I was gonna let it go. Like,
Oh, you gonna let it go?
Florida
Like,
shit.
$10.
Yeah. So
Maybe she wanted the money given instead of it paid. You know, when someone pays, like people ask for money and it gets. Maybe she wanted maybe they wanted the cash. I don't know. I don't want to
Maybe
speak
it's
other
also
people.
because, you know, Gucci Man and his wife be stunting on the gram now, and in real life, all that millions and thousands. But you can't be watching anybody else's wallet and telling them how much they can be nice.
and you folding boxes at the UPS store. Girl, get off my line.
But that's the problem. Everybody be in everybody else's pockets, and they think, well, you have this, so you should have given me this.
You should have done that. Yeah.
No, we should all have insurance. I'm gonna get my burial insurance tomorrow so that I can talk trash properly.